mysuccesszone.com. Coming to you live. Get excited. Come on. Let's fill this room. Hey, Facebook. Hey, YouTube. Hey, IG. I see you. We're going to have a good time tonight. I'm so excited. I'm grateful that today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, right? Celebration. I know his official birthday was on Friday, but of course we're celebrating it today. So I want to encourage you to make sure that you reflect and thank God for his life and his legacy, and that he continues to speak even in his death, right? All right, go ahead and tag, go ahead and share, right? Go ahead and heart me up, and of course get something to write on as I share some information that can help you in your business. We're going to get started in about 10 seconds, but while we're waiting, of course, my name is Tracie Davis. I'm a business and success coach. I come to you Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, to share business and success tips with you. And my goal is to actually help push you in your destiny, push you in your business, and help you in any way that I can, all right? Make sure you click that link in my bio so that you can check out my books, check out my courses, check out my coaching opportunities. I am here to serve. Hey, Fifi. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Dopest Individual. Hey, Resume Workshop. Hey, Rootsmon. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Angie. I see ya. Hey, JD. Y'all ready to get started? Good evening. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Everybody is here, right? You tagged somebody that needs to get this information. I am so, hey, my name twin there. Hey, Tracie. Hey, everybody. Thanks for the waves. Thanks for the hearts. Hey, Facebook. I see you over there as well. Thank you guys for being here. So anyway, hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a great day. I know some of us had today off. You know, some of us worked just a little bit. I took a couple of appointments, but just kind of relaxed a little bit today. But hey, we got to get back into this thing, right? We had a lot of information that was covered last week. And so I want to continue this week giving you some social media. Well, we're going to be talking about social media tactics, right? And I like to give you foundational things. I like to give you things that will work from a principle standpoint, okay? And so that's what we'll be talking about this week. I'm just going to kind of break it down to you. Thank you so much for the hearts already. Thank you so much for the waves. I really do appreciate it. So as I've said, our topic tonight is social media marketing, and I like to give you things that are going to work, right? Not, oh, it works this week and next week it doesn't. When you learn principles, you can use it on any platform, okay? And you can use it even as algorithms change, okay? So when we are dealing with social media, marketing in particular, it's important. We look at what the big guys are doing. The big guys are understanding that 70% of people, 70% of businesses, when you're looking at it, they are on Facebook, they're using Instagram, they're using Twitter. And so if the big guys are there, we want to be there as well. Okay. So it does not matter what type of business you have, your people are there. Okay. I don't care if you sell cat food, right? Your people are there. Your cat lovers are there. Okay. If you sell lingerie, your people are there, right? If you sell toys of any sort, your people are there. If you sell insurance or real estate or credit repair or beauty products, your audience is going to be there. So you have to know how to reach them and how to service them. So I took a lot of time on last week to make sure we talked about customer journey. We talked about customer temperature, all of those kinds of things that a lot of times you guys you're not getting that information. You're just seeing what others are doing and not knowing what's behind the scenes. Hey, everybody that's hopping on, I really appreciate it. This is, of course, Tracie Davis, mysuccesszone.com, mysuccesszone.com. Make sure you click that link in my bio. Check out all my products and services, okay? So there are 4 stages of social media marketing, okay, when we're breaking this thing down, okay? And the first one is listening. Okay, and I'll give you all 4, and then tonight we will primarily talk about listening, okay, and what that actually means, okay? We're going to pay attention to our businesses. It's not going to be haphazard. We're taking away the stress, the strain, the frustration, because I want you to know what you're doing, okay? I want you to have a rhyme for your reason. I want, when you're posting, to know why you're posting and what you're posting and who you're trying to reach, okay? That is what the foundation motivation was last week. I really wanted you to understand, the reason behind what we do, okay? How to post and who are we talking to, who's our target, and what's their temperature, where are they along the customer journey. So I hope you guys took some good notes, and I hope you reviewed them so that you can say, okay, that's why I didn't sell anything, or that's why it wasn't working. I was trying to do it too soon, okay? So there are 4 stages of social media marketing, and the first one is listening. The second one is influencing, okay? And the third one is networking. And the fourth one is selling. I'll repeat those real quick if you're taking notes. Listening, influencing, networking, and selling. Now tonight we're going to be mostly talking about listening, but these are the 4 parts, okay, or 4 stages of social media marketing, okay? Now this is important, especially if you, number 1, are hiring a social media marketing manager. You need to know these things. Or if you're doing it for yourself. Okay, a lot of times as an entrepreneur, you are a solopreneur. So a lot of these things you're having to do. So it's very important that you understand not only how to do it, but when you are ready to hire someone, you can tell them from just from the standpoint of, hey, this is how I want it done. This is what is working, etc. Okay, and plus they can't pull the wool over your eyes because you're like, hey, I already know that. I know the stages. Okay, so when you are listening, you are actually tracking the perception of your brand. So all of us, thank you so much. All of us are actually branding. Okay, now we're not going to be talking detail into branding, but each of us has a brand. Mine is mysuccesszone.com. I repeat it twice to make sure that that's being cemented. Whenever you think of mysuccesszone.com, you'll think of Coach Tracie. I'm saying it all the time, right? So you're tracking the perception of your brand. Hey, Mia, thanks for hopping on, my love. Secondly, you're going to, as you're listening, right, you're listening to see how do people perceive you. Like, I love it when I'm placing an ad and someone goes, oh, I love her, right, in the comments, right? I'm tracking my brand. I'm looking to see how are people responding to Tracie Davis. I'm the face of my brand, okay? The second thing is it'll allow you, as you're listening, to identify topics that you need to talk about. Okay, so when I take calls or doing one-on-one, strategy sessions or whatever, I'm listening. I'm listening for the questions that people are asking. When I'm watching the social media, I'm looking for different topics that people are talking about, okay? I'm actually actively listening, and that's what you want to do. So I know Mia is in Total Life Changes. She's in health and wellness. So she needs to listen for the needs, right? As she's posting, what are people saying? Oh, wow, yeah, I can identify. I do have belly bloat, things of that nature. So you're identifying the needs. You're listening very, very closely so that you will know what to talk about. You don't want to talk about something that no one is interested in. So you want to pay very, very close attention to that. The third thing that it will do, it will help you to keep a pulse on the industry and where it's going. So you're listening to see what's happening in your industry. Are there changes? Okay, and I mentioned health and wellness, but in the financial services industry, in the beauty industry, you need to listen. See where your industry is going. What is cutting edge? I know last year, a lot of people were talking about CBD, right? CBD tea, CBD gummies. There was so much chatter about it. So you have to pay attention to the trends so that you can be on topic. You don't want to be talking about something nobody's talking about anymore, or they're not interested anymore. And you certainly don't want them to be more educated about your industry than you are. So you want to pay attention, okay? Pay attention if you're in the beauty industry. If you write resumes, right? What are employers looking for? Have the resumes changed? Things of that nature. You need to know your lane, okay? So I'll mention these topics, but that's not my lane, right? I know my lane. I know business. I know marketing, right? And so I stay on the cutting edge, so I'll know what's new, what are the greatest platforms, where are my people hanging out. I study my industry. I study my customer. You need to do the same thing, okay? Very important. You also, it will give you, when you're listening, it will allow you to do the customer research. Because a lot of times, when I'm talking to people about, who's your target audience, they're like, I don't know, I don't have any customers yet. Well, when you're listening, it will allow you to do the research. You'll get to the point where you know where they shop, you'll know what they like, right? You'll know what kind of posts they like and which ones they don't respond to because you're paying attention, right? I always say this, pay attention. When everybody else is clowning and just doing things to be doing it, you are paying attention. You are doing the customer research, okay? All right. Then you want to conduct competitive research. Check out what your competitors are doing. What kinds of questions are being asked on their profiles, right? Check out what your competitor is doing. That's important, right? Especially if it's someone that has a bigger brand or a more successful brand. Take a look at what's working for them, and then maybe that's something that you can implement in your business as well. Okay? Now, of course, I said to pay attention, so let me give you some other things that you need to pay attention to. With branding, watch for mentions of your company. Now, if you're like a brand ambassador, right, pay attention to those types of things. Or if you're like me, you have your own brand, look for mentions. Look for anytime that your name may be mentioned, your company may be mentioned, a particular product that you carry is mentioned, pay attention to those things. You want to pay attention to the topics, right? So let's kind of listen for questions. What kind of questions are people asking about, how do they prepare a resume? What kind of questions are they asking about, hey, I want to lose 5 pounds in 5 days? What are they asking, right? Because if they're asking the questions, there's a need there, there's curiosity there, and you can be the expert that shows up. I hope you guys are catching this, okay? Look for hot buttons. Look for pain points. Look and see what are people complaining about. Okay, that's very, very important, because that means that there's a problem. And if you can come up with a solution, I always say this, he who solves problems gets paid. Okay, very important. When we're talking about your competitors, what's being said about them? Like, for an example, I saw on someone's ad, a person was selling a particular product. I won't even name the product just in case you guys have seen it. But there were complaints about it. They were like, wow, I bought this product and there were so many errors in it. There were so many typos. I want to support you, but there's no excellence there. I watched that, right? To make sure that, hey, we're editing our stuff. We're making sure there are no excessive errors, right? Those types of things. Nobody's perfect, but you don't want to put trash out there because that will spread. People will much more, they'll tell bad news quicker than they'll tell good news. You know that to be true, right? So pay attention. What kind of complaints are your competitors getting? What kind of positive or negative, are they actually getting? Then you want to look at influencers. And we know there are all kinds of influencers, especially right now. I'm talking to a lot of people on Instagram, right? And so you'll see an influencer. They may have, 10,000 followers or 20,000 or 500,000 or whatever. You want to pay attention to what they are talking about. Pay attention to what they are posting. Okay, pay attention to what type of responses they are getting. What kind of colors are they using? Especially if it's in your industry. We want to be really, really laser focused, paying attention to what others are doing, not from a copying standpoint, but really from a research standpoint, okay? Especially if you are a solopreneur, this is very, very important, okay? You don't want to waste money. You want to be very, very strategic with whatever you're doing. Like, it's amazing to see how they used to say don't post as much, right? Post just once or twice a day. Now they're saying, hey, because things are changing, the algorithm has changed again, you need to post 3 to 5 times a day, right? So you got to pay attention to those things. Pay attention to the influencers that you follow in your industry and see what they are doing, okay? Now, as you're building your business and you're doing more on social media, right, you'll have the opportunity to, you're really going to be able to check the pulse of your company. And you're also going to have the opportunity to have complaints. And a lot of times people will complain publicly. They don't want to email you. They don't want to DM you. They want to comment on your post. Okay. So how do you handle that? You need to have a plan in place. Okay. All right. Now this is important because, again, if you are working by yourself, and there's totally nothing wrong with that because you have to start somewhere. Okay. You want to answer your complaints as quickly as possible. I like to have a guideline of in 12 hours or less, right, that you want to answer them. If you're running ads, pay attention to your ads, because people will post things on your ads. Like, this person didn't get back with me, or, this thing had typos or whatever, so that you can address it. I ordered that and I never got it. I see that a lot. Have you guys seen that before, where you're looking at something and somebody said, I ordered a girl, or that don't work, or whatever, right? You want to make sure if it's being said about your brand that you answer that. You take care of those complaints right away. I believe that customer service is huge. And a lot of times we get away from that simply because we're on social media. But I believe because things are so competitive and everybody and their mama's on social media, you need to be proactive, okay? Be proactive. So have a plan of who handles what, okay? And if you're working by yourself, that's you, okay? So how will you handle complaints? How quickly will you handle them? One of the things that I suggest to my clients is this: go ahead and have like an email automated message that says, hey, we received your message, and someone will get back with you within the next 6 to 12 hours or whatever your time frame is, so that they'll know, hey, she did hear from me. She does care about me. People want to know you care, right? They don't care if your product is cheaper than everybody else's. They don't care. They want to know, hey, does she care about me? Do I even matter to her? Make everybody feel like you care. Make everybody feel like they're the most important person. You're focused on them. Because guess what? They're going to tell somebody else how awesome and how amazing you are, and that is how your business is going to grow. Okay? Now, for those of you that are just joining, let me just set the room again. My name is Tracie Davis. I am a business and success coach. I come to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern to share business and success tips with you. I'm hoping that you'll take some of these tips and grow your business. That is what my goal is. Make sure you click that link in my bio at mysuccesszone.com, mysuccesszone.com, or like I said, click the link in my bio and you can find information about my boot camps, my courses. I have all kinds of goodies there, and I truly hope you check that out. Okay? So we've covered quite a bit. We want to answer our complaints within 12 hours or less. We want to make sure that we handle, sometimes you're going to have the keyboard bullies. Sometimes you're going to have the trolls. If you got a smart mouth like me, most of the time you can handle them on the spot, right? But just have a plan from a professional standpoint, okay? The biggest thing is this. You want to make sure that you respond quickly. Don't make somebody wait forever to hear from them. Because a lot of times, if you just respond quickly, hey, I see your complaint, I see your issue, I'm going to get to you as soon as possible. Just wanted you to know that I see you. People want to be seen, okay? And I don't care what it is. Nobody wants to hear excuses. They want to be seen. They want to be the most important person. Oh, we're so busy. Nope, nobody wants to hear that. Even if you are busy, even if it is just you, make them feel special, okay? So respond quickly. You want to emphasize with, I'm so sorry you went through that. I'm sorry that was your experience. We're going to make sure that we resolve that, okay? And then if you can, as quickly as possible, move it to a private channel. Okay, take it off of social media. Email them, DM them. If you need to, get them on a phone call. Okay, because people need those extra touches. Okay, that's going to be super important. Honey, if you want to turn the heat off for me, I would love you so much. It is hot up in here. Okay, my God. All right. Now, next thing that we want to pay attention to, again, sticking with our theme of pay attention to the chatter, positive or negative. Okay. Pay attention to, are you retaining customers or are you losing customers? Pay attention to, are you gaining followers on your social media or are you losing followers? Now, of course, some of that is going to happen because some people do this follow for follow and all that. If you didn't follow them back, they unfollow you. That's fine. But if you're seeing a trend, you need to pay attention to that and see, how can I fix it? How can I fix the fact that I'm losing followers or I'm losing customers? You got to pay attention to that. Okay? Next thing you want to pay attention to is your refund rate. Are you people buying from you, but immediately they're asking for a refund? You got to fix that, right? I believe in plugging in the holes as quickly as possible. Are you able to resolve the issue without issuing a refund? Nobody wants to hear, oh, we made $1 million last year, but you had to refund $500,000, right? We want to make sure we plug in the holes, that we stop the bleeding if at all possible, okay? Pay attention to what suggestions people are making. Are they suggesting different hours? Are they suggesting different colors? Pay attention to actually what they're asking for, okay? Are there any content gaps? Like, you're producing content and are there some gaps? And what I mean by that is, could you have taken care of some of the questions by having a frequently asked questions? Could you have taken care of some of the issues or questions that people have by taking care of it in your terms and conditions, right? So a lot of times when people are checking out on my SAM cart, for an example, they have to click my terms and conditions so they'll understand what my refund policy is, what my office hours are, etc. Okay, so those are some things that you can actually do. Okay, all right, so we've been on here just for a little bit. I think that's enough for us to cover tonight pertaining to our social media marketing with listening, what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we're tracking the perception of our brand. How are people perceiving us? We're going to identify topics that we need to talk about by paying attention. We're listening. Okay, we're going to keep a pulse on the industry. How is our industry changing, especially with COVID, especially with a lot of things moving online? Okay, we're going to perform customer research, right? Paying attention to where our customers are, what are their needs, what are their pain points, what are they complaining about, all those kinds of things, so that we can be the expert that shows up with the solution, okay? And then, of course, we're going to conduct competitive research as well, paying attention to our competitors, paying attention to influencers, okay? What are they doing that's working, okay? What are they doing that's working? Just looking at those types of things, because again, at a larger level, they're doing it that way, but then you can take what they're doing and bring it to your level and have massive success, okay? One of the other things that I want to encourage you to do is while you're tracking, so for an example, every platform that you're on, they have insights, right? Where you can check out your analytics. You can check out and see which one of your posts performed best, okay? You can see that on Instagram. You can see it on Facebook, right? Google Analytics actually has that so that you can see what's happening on your website. But those are the kind of things that you want to pay attention to. And of course, you can outsource that. You can hire someone to do that. But knowing what works so that you're not wasting your time, that is so key. I know what works. I know when people get excited about a particular quote. You know, every now and then you want to do something that's controversial, asking questions, things of that nature, okay? So as we continue this week, we're going to be talking about more social media marketing strategies. We'll talk tomorrow about influencing and how that works. Maybe if we have time, we'll talk about influencing and networking. But I want to show you how to put all of this together so that, guess what? The sales goals that you have, you can actually meet them. I took time today to map out all of mine, all of the products that we're offering for January and February, what the sales goals are, and how we'll be posting, okay? So you'll have to do something like that for your business as well, okay? So I hope the information that I shared tonight actually gave you some insight. Go ahead and start taking a look. I think that Resume Workshop, Miss Tracie actually said she liked my bio. We can talk more about things like that, but you want to be real clear, look at your links, all of that, making sure that everything is working. And guess what? I want to say this. If you are in business and you have private on your Instagram or your Facebook. I don't know if you can do private on Facebook, but what are you doing? Nobody can find you and nobody's going to request you. That's too many steps. They need to be able to click a link and see what you have. Okay, so those are the kind of things you want to go ahead and take care of. Make sure you have a clickable link. Make sure there are not too many choices. Don't send someone directly to a website because they're going to get confused. Okay, and then just have like a link tree. Have something that you've made where a person can click for your books. They can click for booking you. All those kinds of things. Okay, so you can take a look at mine to see how I've done it. I tweak it, as I go to make sure that everything that I'm doing, that my customers or my clients or prospects can understand what I offer. Okay, so with that being said, this is Tracie Davis, your business and success coach. I feel so good being able to share with you each and every morning at 9 a.m. I share with you basically, mindset resets. And then in the evening, we talk about business and success. So make sure you keep showing up, okay? Set your timers. I'm showing up to make sure that you are being blessed. You make sure you show up to make sure that, hey, the more you pull on me, the more I'll bring to you, okay? So you guys have a great, great night. Thanks for hanging out with me. God bless you. And I'll see you in the morning, 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. tomorrow. See you later. Clap it up, guys. Have a good night. Thank you for hanging out. Bye-bye.